Welcome back. Gardening guru Ciscoe Morris just returned from an epic garden tour trip to Japan, and he's beaming with excitement. That's a big surprise to share his gardening inspo, because normally you're just so depressed.
Oh, yeah,
and low-key,
I know. Life is so tough, you know.
It's good to see you finally coming to life. Have you recovered from jet lag?
Yeah, I feel great. I got back last Sunday. This was, I think, the 19th international garden tour I've led around the world. Wow. But this was one of my all-time favorites. The Japanese people are so kind and polite. The biggest problem is they won't jaywalk. Sometimes there was like 40 people lined up, no cars at all. And they wouldn't go. I think I ruined Japanese culture because sometimes I couldn't resist.
I think they'll go on. I think they'll be able to go on. So you went, obviously Japanese gardens are really, just incredibly, intricately, beautifully curated. Where did you go? What did you see?
Well, we started in Osaka and we went all around the whole country, basically. Nara, the ancient capital before Kyoto became the capital, and then ended in Tokyo. Where there, this is the Koko-en Garden. Now most of the gardens are so old you can't believe it. This was built in 1992, but it has 9 different kinds of Japanese gardens in it. This blows my mind. So this is in one of the areas of Japan, because I forgot where it is.
It's okay.
And there were a emperor lived. This was his vacation palace, and so when he knew he was going to die in 1408, he wanted everybody to remember what a cool stud was. So he decreed that it had to be covered with pure gold. That is pure gold.
Are you kidding?
No. And how could you even have that in the United States? There'd be so many bad guys trying to steal the gold, but it's just beautiful. You get to walk all the way around it. This is the garden that everybody on my tour said was their favorite Isuian garden. It's in the ancient capital of Nara, built in the 17th century. No one was there but us. Just walking through this gorgeous, and look at the fall color. This time of year is the time to go to Japan if you love fall color. It was so gorgeous.
The stepping stones there.
This is an Ikebana class, and that was so fun. And so all those ones on the table, each of us were in different groups. We got to pick who did the best in each group. Mine is the next one after the one she's looking at right there.
That's amazing.
Oh, la, la.
Did you enjoy that?
Now that I look at it, I could have improved that one plant right there, but still. Well, it was so fun. Oh, boy.
I'm glad you had a good time and you learned some amazing things.
Yeah.
And we have a couple things here that you wanted to share with people so we could kind of, try it out ourselves. What'd you bring?
So this is the Ritsuian garden we just showed, and that's the oldest pine tree, 450 years old. Only one guy gets to prune it. He had to study for 10 years before they let him start pruning it.
That's incredible.
But they don't have this tree in Japan. This was discovered. It's the Chief Joseph pine. It's a dwarf. It's not supposed to get over 6 feet tall. Discovered by a hunter in the Wallowa Mountains. And he noticed one branch with a golden leaf in winter and cut it off, and now he's driving a Mercedes Benz.
Yeah, he figured out that people would love a little color like this.
But see that right there?
Yes.
That's what it looks like in summer.
Oh, wow, that is so
green
pretty.
as any pine you ever saw.
And it's super sticky, which is
why
you gave me the
all
gloves.
pines are so sticky. And but this looks like that all summer long, but the minute it gets cold,
it does this. And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. This is what it does.
No,
in the cold
that's
weather.
what it does. All winter it looks spectacular. Now, here's the thing I wanted to show. All pines, they accumulate dead needles. So, some fall down from above. Some old needles, even though it's an evergreen, they become useless because they get too old. They're not productive. So the pine just gets rid of them. So if this were my tree, and the problem is you can't climb. I mean, pines are so big, you always got these dead needles. But what I do is I just beat the tweedle out of the plant,
Do you use a broom or something? How do you reach?
Well, you know what? I give up on the big, tall ones. Once in a while, I do it.
Okay.
But this is a nice little tree. Look, it's so spectacular. We got to get those dead needles
Yeah,
off.
let me turn this a little bit so you can see in
Yeah,
here maybe.
so every winter before now, I have one of these in my garden. These were only discovered 5 or 6 years ago.
Good for you.
And you know what it used to cost for one this big? $250. This is $125 now. I got it from Wells Medina Nursery, was so kind as to loan this to me. But I love mine in my garden. But earlier in the season, every year, I go out and just start knocking these leaves out. Because if you leave the dead leaves in there, it just doesn't look near as good as it should, you know?
Oh, that's pretty easy. You just shake the boughs
Yeah, it's
about.
a little work, but once you get them off, no new dead needles will fall off all winter long. It'll just glow. Nobody can leave this tree alone. They walk by my house, they go, what is that? How do you get a gold one like that? There's only one tree in the world, in nature, that does this.
And this is this. So you say not to plant it in direct sun, is that correct?
No, full sun as you can get.
Do want full sun. Okay.
Full sun, and that'll be on the website. Full sun as you get, well-drained. If it doesn't have well-drained soil, then it might burn or it might get too much dead stuff in it.
And you don't want to kill your $125.
Oh my God, you don't want to kill it. And here's the most critical thing. So these are hard to find. Wells Medina has them, but not every nursery has them. Some are grafted on shore pine, and that is Pinus catorta. But if you want the ones that never burn in the sun, you have to get Pinus catorta latifolia, which is lodgepole pine.
Okay.
So
we'll have this on the website, right?
Yeah, check the
I'm not
tape.
gonna
Make
remember
sure
this
you
either.
get that lodgepole pine. If this burns, you are going to be so disappointed because mine is in full sun and it just glows so gorgeously. It's just beyond beauty.
When can we plant this?
Right now would be perfect.
Would be good?
Anytime. You could go and find the one with the best color, and they'll get more and more gold until summer, and then they'll turn green. Now, if I bought this, I would definitely plant it so it's straight. And you can prune the living tweedle out of
I
these.
sort of like it crooked.
Well, you know what? It might look really put
It could be cool
by a
depending on
stone
what's
or
next
something.
to it. Yeah.
Oh man,
I think
that
that'd be
is
fun.
a gorgeous idea. I wish I had room for another one.
But I love, you can do it either way, whatever
Yep.
makes you happy.
Yeah,
and
you
you
can
don't
do
have
it.
to study for 10 years to prune it.
Well, you might have to for that. It could be for this one. You better study at least a week.
Exactly. Make sure that purchase stays good. Thank you so much.
Oh,
I'm glad you're
thank you.
back.
Oh,
You
it's
had such a
great to
good
be
trip.
home.
So when we come back, de-stressing foods to help you through the holidays. They actually make you feel better when you eat them. Also what to avoid after this break.